Hello everyone, welcome back to Professor Layton, the Curious Village. Last time we talked to some people, we made our way to Prosciutto's. We ended up just like solving puzzles and that along the way, but apparently this guy has some insight. Prosciutto? Hey, what do you want? Start John so I can get back to dinner. I heard from a fellow at the cafe that you witnessed a strange old man prowling about town. Could I ask you for a more detailed account of what you saw? Okay, I don't know how to make fake chewing sounds. I think it was something like 4 days ago. I was on my way home from the market when I saw this creepy guy sneaking around. So I take a closer look, right? I wanted to make sure he didn't clean out the butcher before I got there. Up close is a spooky old guy with a huge gobble snarf sack. Okay, I thought it was like a censored version of ball sack at first, I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of alarmed. I yelled at him, but the geezer just bolted. I was like, man, look at Gramps bust a move. Isn't that dancing? Though? I think that weirdo is the one who's been kidnapping people. If you gotta be out at night, watch yourself, you hear? It doesn't even help us. Like, interesting. Like, did you know there's an old man outside at night? Yes, I did. Oh, something in the bookshelf? Thank you, doggy. Clean your floors, dude. That's my advice. Okay. I say, there's no more leads, so everything kind of ends here. This Luke sprite looks kind of weird, though, doesn't it? Oh gosh, sorry, Professor. It's not that the investigation is boring me or anything. I'm just a little sleepy. Yeah, we don't have any more leads to follow. We gotta end it here, right? It's gotten late. Let's report our findings to everyone at the mansion and wrap things up for the day. Are they gonna fast travel us? Oh. Look at that. Professor, look over there. There's Raymond being kidnapped. Live. Live like it's a concert. You know what I mean. Oh my gosh, is that Raymond? Oh, now we get a nice crusty cutscene.
So, hold it there.
I love the cutscenes, as crusty as they are. He's pretty fit being able to carry a full person in a bag like that. Wow, I wonder if the tower is connected. Ooh, spooky.
My word.
My word. Oh no, we've lost him. Luke, you saw that too, didn't you? No doubt about it, that was Raymond. Does that mean that the kidnapper killed Raymond too? It's kind of alarming how they have so much murder, but that's how it goes sometimes, I guess. Ah, steady there, Luke. I think we'd do well to return to the site of Raymond's abduction. The kidnapper may have left a clue behind, you see. Right, lead on, Professor. Mysterious rumbling was added to your list of mysteries. The mystery of the mysterious rumbling. Okay, they fast travel us here. We need to go sweep the site of Raymond's abduction for clues. You're absolutely right, Professor. Professor, look at this. It's another one of the gears, yeah. This appears to be identical to the item recovered from the crime scene at Reinhold Manor. Isn't it supposed to be like incredibly small though? I guess they're just looking carefully is the answer. You think it might help us find who's responsible for both crimes? Although we saw how big it is, it can't be that small, right? Because Luke's not that short. Perhaps. At any rate, our first priority is to report our findings to Lady Dahlia. Come, Luke, back to the manor. Please fast travel us. I mean, new chapters, so I'm sure it will. After witnessing Raymond's abduction, the professor and Luke return to the manor to report their findings. We have urgent news. Raymond has been abducted. What? Who? How? I must inform Madame at once. Madame, something terrible has happened. So you're saying that Raymond has also been involved in some kind of foul play? No, we can't be sure of that yet. However, time is of the essence. We must organize a search to locate him post-haste. Mr. Layton, what's the meaning of all this? Why do you insist on whipping the town up into a frenzy? The situation has changed recently, Inspector. We saw Raymond being abducted in town. I'm afraid you may have a serial murder case on your hands. We must rally the people of St. Mystere and organize a search. Mr. Layton, last time I checked, this is my case, not yours. Well, you don't seem to be doing a whole lot on it, Shelby. It's too late to start looking tonight. We'll organize a search first thing in the morning. We've no time what is wrong with me? We have no time to debate whether or not to wake a few sleepy villagers. While we sit here bickering, poor Raymond may already be. Can you walk in, or... No. Everyone, your attention, please. Honestly, Matthew, can't you see we're busy right now? What is it? My sincerest apologies, madame, but it's Raymond. He's returned. Yeah. Returned, but... Yes, after the professor honored us with a visit, I went to the market to do the shopping. Why do you ask? Just what is going on here? There you have it, Layton. Now we finally leave the detective work to the detective. But we saw it. We saw it happen right before our eyes. Raymond, don't you remember any of this? That's enough, Luke. No, but no, he was... I must apologize, Inspector Chalmey. It was dark out, and it seems that I was mistaken in what I saw. You have to excuse us, it's been a very long day, and I do believe we could all use a little rest. I certainly agree. The last thing I need is some drowsy scholar creating a panic in the village. Well, good night to you all, then. Well, let's talk to... Okay, dog. Let's talk to this guy, I forget his name, but... Gordon. No matter how I try, I just can't seem to find that special someone. Now is hardly the time, Gordon, but for sure. Oh, this guy's just an incel? I don't remember this at all. That's... Why are you trauma dumping on me, Gordon? Tell me, Professor, what does an eligible bachelor like myself have to do to find a girl? I'm gonna give him a different voice now that I know he's an incel. I had an epiphany the other day. I think the reason I'm alone is because I can't solve this puzzle, you know? If all incels just thought it was because they couldn't solve puzzles, I think the world would be a better place. Oh, how I've tried to solve it, but no matter how many nights I spend pondering it, the answer eludes me. Please help me, Professor. I don't want to spend the rest of my life talking to my stuffed animals. Okay, this guy... Do we have to help him? I don't feel comfortable around this man. Make a rectangle. 40 picarets. You can't make a rectangle? If you want to cut the piece of paper shown in diagram 1, if you want to cut the piece of paper shown in diagram 1 into 2 pieces and then reassemble them to form a rectangle, all you have to do is cut the paper as shown in diagram number 2. However, in order to assemble the pieces as shown in diagram 2, you need to flip one of the pieces over before putting them together. Where should you cut the paper if you want to turn the paper in diagram 1 into a rectangle without flipping either of your 2 pieces? So we have 15 squares, so our result must either be, well, it can't be 15 by 1 obviously, so it has to be 5 by 3. So the key is to overlap this with a 5 by 3 rectangle either in like portrait or landscape, and then seeing if the negative can be cut out from the remaining piece. I don't think it can be horizontally, but vertically it can. Like this, right? Once you know how to approach these things, it's a lot easier to, like, search for the answer systematically. Yeah, that was pretty easy, man. I think girls don't like you because you're dumb. You ever think about that? Oh joy, I'm positively tingling with excitement. With that puzzle solved, I'm sure I'll find a bride in no time. Okay, dude. Oh god. You got a woman yet? Look at me, sir. My shoes cost a month's lodging, yet no one wants to marry this handsome, rich bachelor. What am I doing wrong? Tell me the truth, Professor. Is it my hat? Okay, you know what? Let's leave the room where Gordon is. I don't want to be there anymore. How about you, Matthew? Are you an incel? Inspector Chalmy and Madame have already retired for the night. Raymond is likely off to the cafe. We've had a very hard day, Professor. Do try and get some rest. Good night, sir. Cutscene? Oh no, they're just in the void now. That's cool. I wonder if we really did just mistake what we saw on the street. I mean, if the cutscene was accurate, not really. That's a good portrait. That's a good picture right there. It reminds me of some famous painting, but I can't remember what. No, I'm certain that it was Raymond. When we saw him, there wasn't the slightest hint of life in him. He may have lost consciousness, but how odd that he should return healthy as can be an hour later. Stranger still is the fact that he seems to have no memory of what we saw happen to him. It's so peculiar. Plus, Raymond wasn't even the first. Lots of people seem to have had the same experience. Any other village would be in a panic over something like this, but Saint Mystere, well, it's peculiar, that's all. There's something very peculiar about this whole town. Yes, in most places no one would stand for this, but we've seen that Saint Mystere is anything but normal. One thing I do appreciate, this kind of seems like lazy writing right now. Like, not to spoil things, this seems kind of like a thin excuse for what's happening, but there is a reason for this that we'll get into. Like, knowing the answer to the secrets, I want to see how good the writing holds up. It's one of the cool things with this about coming back to this game. Another cutscene? Was it really this crusty on the DS? Every time I see cutscene, I think that to myself. Yes, don't you worry, I'll let him know. Oh, hello there, there was a phone call for you. It was from an Inspector something or other. From Inspector Chalmy. He just kept saying that was urgent, you should meet him at Reinhold Manor at once. He probably wants to talk about what happened yesterday. Maybe so, we won't know until we get there though. Come, Luke. Alright, now let us, sort this all out and then we'll call it an episode. Morning. Oh, did we have one on the previous page? The strange old man. To our shock, we stumbled across the very kidnapper we were investigating just as he nabbed Raymond and dashed off. We tried to report our findings to the inspector forthwith. Just as we were about to reveal our findings, to our bewilderment, Raymond returned home. Just what is going on here? The morning summons. Today marks our second day in Saint Mystere, and I was secretly hoping I could start the day off properly with a little tea, but no such luck. We've been summoned to Reinhold Manor and must hurry over to meet the inspector before he loses his patience. And we got some new mysteries, right? At least one. No, two. Rumbling Tower? Walking in the streets of Saint Mystere at night, occasionally a thunderous rumbling fills the air. The noise is rumored to come from the tower, but no one seems to know the origin of the sound. Villagers claim that the noise has increased in frequency as of late. Isn't that the same as this one? That's kind of weird. I guess they wanted to have 10, but they couldn't think of two different things. Or maybe there's separate reasons. I don't remember that far in detail. But Raymond. We've got Raymond as well. When Layton and Luke finally track down Raymond, They were shocked to see him kidnapped by an old man. Shortly thereafter, Raymond returned to the mansion with no memory of ever being abducted or stuffed into a sack. What's happened to Raymond's memory? Well, we'll have to find out later. For now, we will call it here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, I guess. Well, hopefully, yeah.